Hi guys, we made it. A little bit later than normal, but we did it. We're here. Hi, it's K-pop again. I'm here with the lovely Scott. Hi Scott, how are you?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, I just noticed your posters and the things behind your wall. You got some cool stuff back there. I like Hitomi.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well,
very
that
cool.
was pretty cool. I know we did a store exclusive at my LCS, and I
Ooh,
helped them.
cool.
We got Yuko Smith to
Nice.
do that, and it was fantastic. So
I adore his art. It's really good. I
yeah.
could watch him. I could watch him watercolor for days.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Some of
that
his stuff is just absolutely amazing. So
so good. I'm amazed. Anytime people do like watercolor or calligraphy based art, just where it starts and then where it ends, you're like, what? How did you do that?
oh yeah.
Tell me how to work your magic because I want to know.
Yep.
I am not into the swirly woo woo game of the watercolors yet.
That
It's
was
a lot
one
to take
thing.
it.
Yeah, that was one thing when I was in art school that would just it killed me. I'm not a painter, let me put it that way. I definitely
Oh,
cannot I can't do the painting thing. It
oh,
wasn't my bag.
yeah. What was your go-to form of art then?
More of an illustrator.
Oh, okay.
I leaned more heavily on the advertising side. So
Oh, cool.
I'm good at putting together ideas, concepts and stuff like that. So
Nice. Ah, that probably comes in handy in the
yeah,
comics.
yeah, a little bit. A lot of the stuff that I've done for Reggie in the past. Design T-shirt designs and
Oh,
worked
cool.
on his the comic storage boxes and things like that. I also have a print
Ooh,
background, so having a production background is very helpful in laying things out and knowing what's going to work and what's not going to work. So
that's cool. Okay, so let's go say hey to the chat real quick, and then we'll come back, and then you could do your full-on introduction of who the hell are you? In a second. Okay. Oh, starting off the chat really early, 2 hours in advance. We've got the Wonger in the house. What is up, Wonger? How are you doing? All the way from the UK, the greatest mod of all time, greatest fighter of all time. We've got Glenn. What? Also, he is dropping your links throughout the whole thing. We got the links to the website, and we got the links to the Jaff Comics exclusive happening down here. So go check that. Also, link to your Instagram. Hey, go say hey. Got all the way from New Mexico. What is up, Las Cruces? We have Miss what's up, Miss we also have Chance. Hello. Chance, great Superman podcast you did yesterday. It was pretty darn good. We got Trev. What's up, Trev? We got Marcus. What's up, Marcus? What's happening? Let's see if I'm missing anybody. So my head is like completely just dying. So if I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. Oh, look, there's yourself. Hey, what's up, Scott? Wow, you were here on time for what? You were here on time. I was not. So way to go, Kev.
extra points.
Extra points for Kev. Yeah, he was also the lucky winner of my last during the hot dog stream. He won a copy of something, and it had kind of like the printer, the white printer stuff that they leave on the comic books. So I'm going to be drawing him a hot dog drawing on that to send to him because it was during our hot dog chat. So, lucky Kev. So
There you go.
way to go, Kev. And what is update? All right, we made it all the way to the end of the introductions. Now let's come back. I'm going to make it weird. There you go. Boom. It's going to be all weird for you.
Now I'm big.
Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that. It was like,
Can't get my head any bigger, I'll tell you.
It is something when you see yourself with a little screen of how big your head feels when you're in that little square chunk, and you're like, what could I do to make this look more shrunk? It's a weird feeling. Yes. So I am absolutely tired. My head is pounding, and I am drinking an energy drink. This is going to be a great combination to everybody in this chat and to you, Scott. Yes. So for those that do not know you, would you like to introduce yourself to everybody in the chat?
Sure. My name's Scott Palochik. I've been collecting since I was a kid. Naturally life got in the way and got away from it for, quite some time. Back in 2017, got back into collecting, started watching some of the YouTube shows and really got into Reggie Simmons, the Reggie Collect show. Reached out to him and basically said, "Hey, I'm a graphic designer. If there's ever anything you need, let me know." And he and I, worked together on a couple different projects, and really hit it off. So when Doug Bratton and Reggie started working out the guide to comics collecting, the Smart Guide to Comic Collecting, I did all the pre-press work. So laying out the book as they wrote it, pulling different things. And, eventually, that went into production. Then Doug's book Isolation went into production. And it was funny, right at COVID, I had approached Reggie with an idea for my book, which is MARCVS. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. And in the Smart Guide to Comic Collecting, we had utilized QR codes to take you to different things, like videos that Reggie had, about dirty grading and some different things as resources. So I said, well, I'd like to do that in the comic. I'd like to have different QR codes that take you to different elements. So like songs, almost like, your favorite CD having, different elements to it. So as I wrote the story and put everything together, I had all these different QR codes that kind of fit. And, I think it lends something a little bit different than what you see with comics today. It adds to the story. It sort of gives a little extra context, and certainly enhances, a lot of the feedback we've gotten is it really enhances the story, because one of the characters is a real person. So there's actual events that he experienced that are in the book, and there's actual video that take you to that. So it's pretty wild stuff.
Oh, that's fun. I like interactive things. It was like way back in the day when you had like the pop-up video and then
Oh yeah.
VH1, or like when you first got DVDs, you could see all the bonus footage. You get to click all the fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, it is not sponsored by CVS. You can see the title of the book there. Although
yes, there you go.
marketing, there you go. You could get in on that, and maybe they could be eventually sponsored by CVS. Bringing the big bucks.
Yeah, if they want to sponsor the next issue, absolutely they can. I'll be more than happy to put an ad in the book for them. So
yeah. Yes. Yeah. Also, dang, yeah, it's got to be the Michigan weather, because I'm telling you, everybody I'm talking to is having migraine issues this week. It's supposed to be like 50s ish this weekend, which is nice. So, thanks, Ferd. I'll take 50s.
Going from 30 degrees to 50 degrees. That's what causes your head to just.
Yeah. My whole left side, my head, like right here, is just. Might as well just not be there at this point, because it's hurting so much right now.
Yep.
Oh, well, thank you for giving me 2 hot dogs up, and you're going back to Animal Crossing. I hope you have a lovely hot dog stand in your Animal Crossing May. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry, but yes, everyone gets thumbs up. So yeah, that's exciting. So and you said it was around COVID time when you hooked up with Reggie to do all of that work on there.
Well, just just to present him with the idea for the book, I had an idea. The premise of the story starts off around a reporter named Carmen Gentile. Now, he is an actual person. Carmen was a friend of mine, and we grew up together. He was a battlefield reporter and was embedded with troops in Afghanistan. He did stints in Haiti and Iraq and different areas. But while he was with troops in Afghanistan, he got shot in the face with an RPG missile, and he lived. So the wild thing was, and this is in the book, the part, when he actually got shot, the video that he was filming is actually one of the QR codes. So you actually get to hear and see the video. Now, there's nothing gross. You hear the whoosh of the rocket, you hear the impact, you see the camera fall, but it's this everything that you hear around and what's happening as this camera is laying on its side is it really I've had a few people say that, you know, as they were reading the book and they were flipping, but you know, they scanned the QR code, they were reading the book and then watching the camera, you know, watching the video, and then went back and reread that. He's like, the one guy said, we've watched it like 4 or 5 times because it's just wild to know that this is
Wow.
something real, that it actually happened. And so Carmen actually told me that one of the best or one of the greatest compliments he could give is when he read the book. He's like, I thought I had gotten over a lot of things. He said, but it literally took him like 2 weeks to get through the entire book because it was pretty wild. It brought up a lot of emotions and things that he had thought he had gotten over and had buried. So
Wow.
we captured that extremely well. And you know, he really enjoyed the fact that we were able to share that part of his story. And you know, it is kind of neat. So
That's something. I give a lot of props to people that go and do that kind of journalism, because that is such a dangerous
yeah.
situation, no matter where you go, wherever you're stationed at. But they have a lot of guts to go and be doing that. So big props to him for, doing that and actually coming home,
Yeah.
because that was a very treacherous situation he was in, and it could have easily not
Oh
made it
yeah.
out of there. Yeah.
Well, they flew him from, they heloed him out of Afghanistan. He went to Germany where they basically he basically had a shattered orbital bone. He I don't think he completely lost his eye, but he pretty much has, blindness in that eye. He had broken his jaw, lost teeth. I mean, they put plates in after he left Germany, the newspaper that he was working for, they flew him back to New York to have, plastic surgeons do, 6 or 7 different surgeries to basically put his face back together. And it's just amazing. And then he wrote a book, and that was after I read his book, it was the missing piece. I had the story about Marcus and Cassius, these 2 Roman centurions. I had that rolling in my head, but I needed a thread that pulled everything together and brought it into the future, brought it into present day. And when I read his book, it was one of those things where it was like all the pieces to the jigsaw puzzle falling together. And I was like, I've got an idea. And I called Carmen and I was like, hey, I really want to use you in a comic book. And he's like, what do you mean you want to use me in a comic book? And I'm like, I have an idea. And I kind of laid it out for him. And he's like, all right, that's cool. If you want to use me in a book, absolutely, go ahead. So it was pretty cool putting it all together. So
That's very cool. I just want to say hey to some couple of people. Also, what's up, Blake? I hope you are feeling better. I know you're not doing well today. And what is up? Oh wait, what's up, Kev? How are you guys doing? And hey, Chance, what's up? Yeah. But man, that is just something amazing, that like all those experiences could come together like that, and that's how you can come up with your book. And I think that's just really amazing, and I like that you were able to do that.
And working with Reggie was absolutely amazing, and helping assemble the team, because the book was drawn by Chase Cowan, who did a phenomenal job. I mean, he basically made that book look way better than I had even envisioned in my head. So that he really took the script that I had provided him, and really put a lot of different, and it was a collaborative, it was all collaborative working with him. He would say, hey, I've got a better idea for this, these scenes and these couple pages, and we did things a little bit differently, and it just 100% worked out. And then Elizabeth Charlin, who did the lettering, really did the breath of life. I mean, her lettering style, her being able to make things legible. And then, there was a couple different asks for the characters, so that it differentiates them from everybody else. She really did a phenomenal job as well. So
Yeah, it sounds like you put like a really good team together, and that's awesome. I
Yeah.
like that you guys are all collaborating like that. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yep.
So, was this your first ever book that you have written?
Yes. Yeah. This is my first. So it was, right now I have this as a, I think we have it as 6 issues, as a 6 issue miniseries arc.
Oh,
But
nice.
I already have an idea for the next book. So it'll
Great.
somewhat tie into this one, but yeah, it's pretty wild. So but yeah, this story, we touch on a few different things. There's the war side of it. The character of Marcus is an actual character that's taken from the Bible. He's the Roman centurion that stabbed Christ with the spear up on the cross. So his name is Marcus Longinus, and that spear became the legendary Spear of Destiny. So we've tied a few different things. I tied a few different threads into this, and it was funny because my wife was looking at me and she's like, "Well, what made you come up with this?" And I'm like, I don't know. It just, it's just one of those things. How do you inspiration hits you in different ways? And this one was certainly an interesting. I love history, so it was an interesting pull on a few different threads of history. So
That's pretty neat. I like that you doing like the Roman kind of that kind of side, but also kind of getting like just merging all kinds of different aspects to this.
yeah,
someone had to say it. I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to go there, Glenn. Yes, thank you. And up here, I know Trev is very familiar with the Reggie show, and he said Chase was a great artist. So yes,
yeah. Yeah, his you can see his cover is the A cover, and it's just, he knocked it out of the park on that one. And the cover that we have, that is cover C, which is the virgin variant of that. I think I have it here. It also has a spot foil.
Oh, nice.
So all the color is the spot foil, and the black is all matte black. When you look at it, it has such a fantastic look to it.
I like that mix. That's a cool mix. And I think that's you can't really see. I can't get back to like the single thing, but that's the cover I have here on the background. So that's what you're looking at right there. But yeah, it's pretty cool looking art. I gotta say. It's pretty neat. Yeah, no, I'm excited because I haven't read this yet, and I'm excited to get in there and click all the things and then do the QR codes. And I love interactive things like that. That keeps my attention because a lot of times like you read something and you're like, I want to know more about this little snippet.
Oh
so that's really neat. That you guys
I always said, the QR codes I felt gave you sort of an insight. So at the very beginning, there's a QR code that'll take you to Carmen's book. So if you really want to hear or read his story, you can get his book on Amazon. And then I have a shared playlist on Spotify. So it's all the songs and some of the songs that I was kind of listening to as I was writing the script and everything. And it kind of soundtracks the book. And then on pages 9 and 13 are where the QR codes, and the QR codes are embedded in the artwork. So when you're actually looking at the pages, if you look at the soldier's helmet, the QR code is in the helmet. So a lot of people were like, where's the QR code at? So if you go to my Instagram page, I do have that, where it circles and it says, hey, look for the QR code. It's in the helmet. It's in the artwork. And then
cool.
One of the last pages, as the helicopter is flying away, that's taking, heloing Carmen away, on the side of the helicopter is a QR code that takes you to the outro song, I guess is what it would be. But you have to look at, we embedded them in the artwork. So I wanted them not to be just like this QR code that's sitting there. I wanted it to be part of the artwork. So it really interacts with the story and everything.
That is neat. I like that because I've seen a couple other ones where there's like, oh, here's like the big giant QR code, and it takes away from the art on the page. I like that you made it interactive and kind of like Where's Waldo-ish, where you have to find it in there.
Yeah,
that's fun. That's another aspect of it, because you're making you look at the art even further to find something. So I like that you're giving more attention to detail on those kind of things. So that's very cool.
yeah. Okay, so there's a question. What's my favorite film ever?
Yes.
Ooh, that is almost impossible to answer, and I'll say why. Because it changes all the time. If I broke it down by genre and things like that, I mean, one of the films I think that just a phenomenal dialogue and everything. Like, I love Quentin Tarantino. Reservoir Dogs has fantastic dialogue, but I think True Romance, just from beginning to end, that movie is just filled with some fantastic stuff. But then, I'll look at movies like Gladiator or Excalibur, and I'm a huge Star Wars kid. I mean, I think I saw it 13 times when I was a kid. So yeah, it changes all the time. I can't say I actually have a favorite movie, because depending on my mood, I'll have a different answer.
Yeah. It's so hard too, because you can't just pick one, because I have like at least 5 in my room that I'm staring at all times that I can watch like right now, and that are my go-to movies.
Oh yeah.
Like, it depends to your mood, because sometimes you want comedy, sometimes you want horror, sometimes you want some action, weird stuff, sometimes you just want the cheesiest of cheeseball movies.
If I'm flipping through the stations and all of a sudden I'll run across Predator, which I've seen 1,000 times, I'm tossing the remote. I'm watching Predator again.
You gotta watch Predator.
Oh yeah. So it's fantastic.
Get to the chopper now. Yeah, that's my Arnold. I know it's terrible, but yes, you can't go wrong with Tarantino. Yeah, and Glenn's pick is Superman 1. That's his go-to. And Kev is super horror. I do have a lot of questions saved in the thing, but I want to click on this real quick. Miss Sosa, she likes the soldier character. It kind of reminds me of 300. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, when I chose Chase, when I saw his work on Isolation, I really wanted him to do the artwork in MARCVS, because he had a lot more. He has a grittier style to his artwork, and I mean, this story is it's raw. We're talking about war. We're talking about some not very nice topics. So I wanted that harder edge kind of art style to work, to tell the story, and he fit it perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, the art, just from when you see like the covers and a little bit of the interiors, it's super good.
Yeah.
Also, today is the 45th anniversary of the Superman movie coming out. Nice.
Really?
I can't believe it's been 45 years. Oh, so old right now.
Kill Bill, that's awesome. Yes.
Yeah. Kill Bill's a great movie. And also, what's up, Joe? And also, yes, you watched Starship Troopers 5th. Yeah, that's an interesting mix, Kev.
Starship Troopers, Fifth Element, and Mean Girls. That's
a good mix, Kev.
Yes, there you go. Great line. Great line.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a little bit how I feel at the moment, but yeah. Here's some more questions we got for you. How old were you when you knew you wanted to be a creator? Oh.
Ever since I started reading comics. I think, I would say most people that started reading as a kid, there has to be a point where you said, I want to have my own comic book, and, my friend and I, Tom Arresto, he and I used to sit in school and we would make comic books or make our own comics in study hall and stuff like that. So he drew me as a character, and it was wild stuff. I mean, we had a blast. So I always wanted to have my own book. And I really never thought it would happen, but coming up with the story and finally getting it to, having it come to a reality is just amazing. It was pretty wild, and I owe a ton to Reggie for basically making my lifelong dream come true.
Oh, nice. Way to go, Reggie. He's not just also a CBC award winner, he is an awesome dude.
Yes, he is. Yep.
So you kind of just talked about the comics a minute ago. Were you a DC or a Marvel guy? And what was your go-to book?
100% Marvel over DC. There's a couple DC characters that I collected and read, but I'm way more Marvel over DC. Favorite character absolutely is Daredevil. I've always liked Daredevil, and it's because of the internal strife. There's constant internal strife. He's a lawyer, but he's a vigilante. He's he's blind. He's a superhero. He's very religious, but he's dressed as a devil. I mean, it's that constant conflict that he has that, I don't know, I think I associate to or relate to, quite a bit. And then growing up Catholic, you always have that Catholic guilt. So that's where, I guess part of this story, part of the story, I would say, generated from my many trips to church by, when I was in Catholic school and I would get kicked out of class and they would make me sit in church, and I'd have to read all of the Stations of the Cross. So I think that's where the initial seed of this story was put in my head.
Yeah. Oh, I all too familiar. I was Catholic school myself in grade school.
Yeah, I got kicked out by fourth grade.
Oh,
well, actually, they just told my father, "Don't ever enroll your son in this school."
What shenanigans did you get up to that you were kicked out of Catholic school? Well, like they told you nicely not to come back.
I was just a highly mischievous boy. I guess today you would classify that as ADD, ADHD, every XYZ, LMNOP, whatever. Yeah. I'd get hit with everything.
The uniforms did not help with the fidgeting. Let me tell you, they were completely uncomfortable.
Yeah,
itchy. That took me back a minute. So I have a question. Would you ever want to write a Daredevil book? Since that is your character.
Initially, I would say absolutely. I would love to do a Daredevil story, but I would want to do the right one. So what that would be, I don't know. I mean, I'd really have to sit down and think, because one of I would say my favorite runs on Daredevil, number one has to be Frank Miller. That is my favorite run. The Born Again, that storyline is without a doubt my favorite storyline for Daredevil. David Mack's run on Daredevil, I really enjoyed that, and I cannot wait until I see the Echo show. I'm really hoping that they do a good job with that. What they showed of her in the Hawkeye series was fantastic. So I really like the actress that they picked for Echo, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them bring sort of that storyline into the show. And then the last one was probably the Chip Zdarsky run that just finished up. He did a phenomenal job with the Daredevil run. So each one of those changed the character quite a bit. And I think if you want to do something, you want to make if you're going to write a story on one of those classic characters, then you really you want to do something that epically changes those characters. So, I would want to make sure that I did something really good.
Yes. A couple of people say, Trav is DC for life. So he says, I'm out of here, sucker. And Glenn says he does like DD, but he hasn't read Daredevil. Yes, nice boobs. Yes, yeah. So we're toddlers in here. If you haven't noticed.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
I also mad props to the hammer that is behind you because that is looking majestic. By the way,
Oh yes.
is glowing, and oh, you are worthy. You were able
Well,
to pick it up.
that's the if I look at the light is my arc reactor, but
Okay.
the hammer, I have to say, worthy. It doesn't.
Very
I don't know.
worthy. Yeah.
Worthy? No, I think the battery's dead.
Uh-oh. You can pick it up, but it's lost all of its powers.
Oh,
Maybe
there you go.
There
Now
we
I
go.
got it. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. That's
Worthy.
dope. Ooh.
Now that
there you
makes
go.
it.
Okay. That's even better. That's even better. You got to show that off. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I like weird things. I've got cool nerd stuff everywhere. It's a way to go. Like this, like is my stream mascot.
There we go.
I know. It's my guy. Kick around with that. Yeah, we are full on. Yes, it's hammer time. Cue the MC hammer. Hey. Yes.
Although I don't have really big pants.
We used to back in the day. Let me tell you, I miss my.
Oh yeah.
I
do remember. Yeah, I do remember a time where parachute pants were the big thing. So.
Jelly shoes. It was we were a hot mess back in the day. It's a good time.
Although I do have to say we had the coolest music right around that period of time.
We did.
80s, 90s had some awesome music.
Yeah, and you got to go to the skating rink all the time, and then you got to skate your little heart out to the music. Yep. It was the best. It was the best. And I don't care what anybody says. When Vanilla Ice appeared in Secret of the Ooze, everyone lost their crap, and we were like, yes.
and the great thing was you didn't have smartphones, so there could be no digital proof of the things that you did. Oh man,
could you imagine how much trouble we would get in, because we were like 90 miles away from the house on our bikes. Give us a bike, we were gone until sundown.
Although I probably would have had a whole different life, because my friends and I were doing Jackass way before Jackass. So
oh man. My brother and I had a Mortal Kombat WWF wrestling ring in our backyard. It was a whole.
There you go.
It was something.
Yeah, I think if I could have started getting paid for some of the stupid stuff we would have done, I'd have had a whole different lifestyle.
Enter smartphones. It would have been a whole totally different. Oh man, some of the outfits we had. Well, yeah, that would have been a trip. We did have the Polaroids though, so how those lasted, I don't know, because would come apart. But yes,
that's funny.
Yes. You need to see me wrestle. You do not need to see that. It probably will happen if I get drunk on a stream again. Just, what is up, Travis? And what is up, Phil? How are you guys doing? We do have some more questions in the chat, and I'm glad that more people are coming in. So you have more questions, feel free to ask. So Glenn wants to know, how do you come up with your stories, and what's the process for you? I guess in general, not just this, because you already kind of got into the background of the story, but
yeah. So this story, I mean, like I said, I mean, it kind of had a little bit of a seed from when I was a kid, but then the story that I'm coming up with that's going to be the follow up to this really generated from falling down an internet hole doing research. And really it was, I love history. I'm a big history buff, and I love Roman history the most. So some of the stuff that I was looking into, I just started daydreaming and came up with a really cool idea. So I think that's my process, is doing research and then just kind of building off of something that I read. So
perfect. That's also another question, because Glenn wanted to know, what was the last novel that you read? Who was your favorite novelist?
Ooh. Favorite novelist? I don't know.
I was huge into like sci-fi, fantasy, like growing up. I was Terry Pratchett, Terry Brooks, and McCaffrey. I was really into the Star Wars books. Those were so good.
Oh yeah, Orson Scott Card. I loved, I loved Ender's Game. I love the whole Ender's Game series.
Okay.
Uh, Ernest Cline, Ready Player One. I
Okay.
love the book, the first book. The second book fell a little short, I think, but the first book I thought was phenomenal. And the movie was okay, but if they would have done it like the book, there were some changes. And I'm never such a purist that whenever I see a movie, I'm like, well, why did you? I know they're going to change it. There's some things that they're not going to do exactly. There were a couple changes that I think the story needed to have those pieces in the movie, because I think it would have propelled the story a little bit better. But I really like that. I don't let's see, what was the last novel I read? It was a Spartacus book.
Interesting.
And another one on the Roman Legion. And then let's see, there's Roma. I love I've read that. So I've had, love growing up, read Tolkien, read I was one of the kids in English class that only read the novels. When it came to the grammar side, I hated the grammar, but the literature, I love doing the literature. So, reading all of the George Orwell's and stuff like that, I totally enjoyed that in high school. But yeah, I mean, I'd have to say, some of the newer stuff that's out, some of the newer sci-fi is really good.
Nice. Good. Yeah, I also did a stint in high school where I got really big into like Shakespeare and mythology and like the Roman, all that kind of stuff too. Like it's just fascinating to read, and like you're like history, and then you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, Norse mythology, Roman mythology. Yeah. Those are, I mean, really those propelled, a lot of my creative mindset. So.
Oh, we got Travis in here busting out some questions, but I want to ask Miss So's question because this is pertaining to something you said earlier. What's your favorite Tarantino movie?
Favorite Tarantino movie, I would probably have to say, is Reservoir Dogs. That's probably one of my favorite, just because that movie, I mean, it's set in more or less one room, and it's held 100% by dialogue. And Michael Madsen is phenomenal in that. Close second, I would definitely put is Pulp Fiction as number two, just because the dialogue in that is just phenomenal. And I love the way that he told the same story from three different viewpoints. So I think it's really good. But yeah, I'll go with those.
Okay. And then Travis popped in here a few minutes ago, was dropping out some banger questions. He wants to know, who's your favorite Pokemon?
You know what? I never really got into Pokemons. That was the one I didn't get into those.
Just say Pikachu, it's fine.
Pikachu. Pikachu. He's the, or Charizard. Those are the ones I know.
Yeah, that's good, solid Pokemon. Great choices. Yep. Okay, Travis, you weren't here earlier, but he picked Marvel over DC.
But I said I do have DC.
You do.
I do read, yeah. So I mean, if favorite DC hero, I will go with either. Well, everybody says Batman, so Batman's always up there. But myself, I've always been an Aquaman fan. I love Submariner from Marvel. Okay. But yes. I've been an Aquaman fan. The other DC book that I really, really enjoyed was The Warlord. I always thought that was a fantastic series, and they killed that off a long time ago. But that was Mike Grell. His artwork in that series was fantastic. I love the story and love the artwork in The Warlord.
Warlord is good. It's a very underrated title.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite villain?
Yeah. Favorite villain.
Tough.
It would either have to be, I mean, classic is Joker, and played so amazingly by Heath Ledger, but I'm gonna say Bane.
Bane. I like
Yeah,
Bane. I would
gotta
love to
go with
see
Bane.
more Bane.
Yeah,
Bane's cool. He's got really good visuals.
yeah,
And if they ever get into, you know, storylines with Bane, it would be pretty dope. Also, what's up, Mastodon?
yeah,
And
yeah.
cool. How are you feeling about the Aquaman 2 movie coming out?
I, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I enjoyed the first one. It
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they don't get too like goofy with the
Yeah.
relationship between, you know, Orm and Aquaman.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be like a buddy movie. I think they're trying to do the Thor and Loki dynamic. I think that's
Kind
what
of
they're
feels
trying to
that way.
mirror.
Kind of feels that way. Yeah. What?
So, but my big question is this going to be them killing Mira? And
Hmm.
getting rid of Amber Heard, because
Possibly.
in the comics, Black Manta kills Aqualad, but I don't think they're going to kill a baby on screen. But I could definitely see them saying, you know, Amber Heard's got to go, and
Yeah.
this is the way to do it. So
Yeah. I don't know. There's been some interesting takes on what could be happening with that because people have mentioned things might get interesting with the the cast there.
well, the you know,
Yes.
and I guess the question is, you know, does this Aquaman movie mean anything going forward?
Mm,
Because you already have the rumors that you're going to be you're not going to have Aquaman anymore. He's going to
yeah.
transition over to Lobo. So,
Lobo's
I
my
mean, is
yeah.
Lobo would be cool, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you already have him as one character. Are you really going to, you know, stop and go 90
Yeah.
degrees and
Uh
head a different direction? I don't know.
a lot of people in the same Marvel and DC have played multiple characters, which is so weird when you think about it. Like Chris Evans has played a multitude of
Oh yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that'll be interesting because I really want him as Lobo, but I also like him as Aquaman.
Yeah.
I like the Aquaman movies, and I liked him when he was like in the Justice League. Whenever he had those small parts in the other movies, I liked it. I liked the character, and I was
Yeah.
never a huge Aquaman reader, but I like the character that he portrayed in it, and it's like, interesting. I would like to see more of this.
I'm waiting to see how overpowered they make Black Manta, though. I mean, I have a feeling he's going to be
Yeah,
like super overpowered. So
yeah. Travis Martin. Oh, what's up,
Travis
C
Morgan,
Bizzle?
yeah.
How you doing? I have way more questions for you, but we're gonna catch up with chat for a minute. Uh,
Sure.
Everyone's dead after this movie. The DCU stuff.
That's
Yeah,
probably a
yeah,
very true statement there.
yeah. You know, it'd be kind of interesting that the only one that King Shark is the only King Shark and Weasel, the only survivors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
DCU. I would so watch that movie though if they made it Weasel and King Shark movie.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, he actually played more than four, let me tell you, but he played two for sure in Marvel because he was
Yep.
Johnny
Well, he's
Storm. And,
yeah,
yeah.
Torch and Captain America. Yeah.
I don't just love abs. He has lovely hair. Shut up. Which also brings us to this question. This is a good one. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pine, or Chris Pratt? Oh, battle of the Chris's. Oh,
I'm gonna go with Hemsworth.
nice.
Thor. He's a very good Thor, but from an acting standpoint, I really like Hemsworth and the series that he did, Extraction on
Oh, yeah.
Netflix. That was a really good series. So although Chris Pratt, he's done, you know, he shocked me at how well he did Star-Lord. Like he really played that one fantastic. And
I
I remember when they
yeah,
came out, when they
skeptical.
came, yeah, when they came out and said we're gonna do Guardians of the Galaxy, I was scratching my head. I'm like, why? Guardians
Yeah.
of the Galaxy was never like a full run comic. It was always a mini series that came out in the summer or, you know, sometime. Like, why are they doing this? But when the movie came out, I was like, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. And Chris Pratt was just amazing in that role. So, but I like Thor a little bit more than Star-Lord, so I'll go with
Yeah.
Hemsworth.
Also, kudos to him, because when they announced him, he was like, what, still in Parks and Rec or coming off of that? And you were like, how is this guy
Oh yeah,
going to go
this
from
goofball
this to a character? And then his whole transformation from that was just, it's amazing.
Oh yeah,
And now I only see him as Star-Lord now. So, you know,
yep.
he did an
Oh,
awesome
absolutely.
job on that. You want to see King Shark versus the Meg? I would also watch this movie. Not gonna
That would be good.
Not gonna lie. Oh, a Meg farting. Oh my gosh, that would be like a whole surf tsunami wave. Yeah. It's weird.
That's pretty good.
Yes. Let me see. I have more questions for you. Okay. Also, no, he does not need to hear me singing in my Muppet voice. That's fine, Glenn.
We all want to hear that.
We do karaoke sometimes, and I go full on Muppet voice because that's how I like to sing.
There'll be no singing on my side. I'm just terrible.
Just, hey, you could go Muppet with me, and then, you know, you could make a whole full on Dr. Seuss ish band. Great. Let's see. Yes, he also did the Scott Pilgrim movie and the Losers movie, and he was also in there was one other movie that he did, but yeah, he was in a lot of superhero, well, comic movies actually. Yeah, he was a good one. He kind of started the whole I'm buff and hot.
Was Snowpiercer? Snowpiercer was just a novel. That wasn't a comic.
Was it a novel, right? Or also a comic? It might have been comic, but I know he was in that, and then they remade that to like the TV show.
Yeah, because I thought it was just a novel. I don't remember it being a comic, but maybe I'm wrong.
They might have made a comic after the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Push also. Yeah. Yes. Push was also, was it a novel or was it a comic? But yeah, he was also in that as well. I don't remember if that was comic or not, but yes. You're currently in the, wait, 7 book of the Meg series? Wait, there's 7 books, or that's
of
how many books are in the total? You just fried my brain with this statement here.
That's crazy.
How many books are in this? I didn't even know this was a book.
I did not know
I'm
that
blown
was
away by this. Now I'm kind of curious. Now I kind of want to look this up. You said 7 books. There's 7 books.
Oh my god, it's like Sharknado.
I kind of need to read this now. Yeah. Holy crap. I kind of need to read that now. That just blew my mind. I don't even know if I could ask anything else. Wow. Okay. So, wow.
I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check that out. So.
I'm baffled right now. I did not even know that was a thing, much less 7 books. Jeez.
That's funny.
Yeah, give out the shark emotes. Jeez. Wow. Props to Tate for just spawning everyone to want to go read these. Dang. Wow. Yeah, okay, now I want more Meg content. If you said that, wait, hold on. What? Whoa, wait, what? Oh my goodness. You literally just, yeah. I just thought that was some random movie.
All on Megalodons? That's crazy.
Or is it the same? Wow. Okay.
It can't be the same one.
Well, they came out with a second movie.
But it wasn't the same. It's not the same one. They killed the first one.
I don't know. Well, yeah, that's true. But wow. Dang. My funny. Mind is just, whew, God, now. I did not think that would have been a thing.
You always get something new.
The wealth of knowledge in this chat.
7 books on Meg Griffin. There you go.
Okay, that makes way more sense. Way more sense. Great reading there, Tate. Yeah, no, that completely blew my mind. I'm just kind of like baffled. I'm like, what? Whew, all right. Glenn coming with another question. Star Trek or Animal Man?
I would go Star Trek. I'm more Star Wars than Star Trek, but I would go between Star Trek and Animal Man. I'll go Star Trek.
Perfect. Good, because that's his favorite. He's asking the kid for asking the Pokemon question. Tries. Ooh, good one. This is a really good one because I'm a big cartoon buff, especially 80s and 90s. What's your favorite 90s cartoon?
Oh, man. Let me think. So I'm thinking 80s, 90s.
I'll kind of blurred in there, like late 80s, early 90s. It was kind of hard to tell when you were like growing up what's what.
I mean, X-Men 90s was fantastic. I mean, but I absolutely love that because I was a big X-Men. I am a big X-Men fan. So I'm gonna have to give that one the pole position. Number 2,
amazing.
I'm going with either the original Voltron with the lions.
Yes.
Definitely got to go some Robotech in there.
Nice. Robotech and Cross, some of the best soundtracks you'll ever listen to.
Yes,
fantastic. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going those.
Okay.
I will have to say I just watched or just finished the Blue-Eyed Samurai series on Netflix.
Okay.
If you haven't watched it, watch it. It is fantastic.
I hear it's so good. Yeah.
Oh, the animation is fantastic, but the story is just is really, really good.
Oh, perfect. Because I love really well done samurai anime. Rurouni Kenshin, one of my top. I love Kenshin. So good. Also, thank you, Brojo. Also, he's amazing. Oops, that's my alarm going off. Yes. I think you are highly entertaining, which is great. Whoa, hold on. We have an update on the Meg. Hold on.
Jonas, the Statham character, is in all the ones I've read. I am only on book 3, but most, if not all, are written before the movie. But imagining Jonas as Statham just makes.
This is literally. Right. I gotta read these now. Dang it, Tate.
Absolutely, I definitely got to check that out. I had no idea that those were actual books.
You know, yes, that's probably what this is because I probably use some sleep when I wake up thinking about ninjas fighting Megs right now is what's going to be happening. That's totally where my mind is going to be going to. Also, a hot Jason Statham just kicking Meg butt the entire time. Who isn't down for that? Wait a minute, Glenn. Are you shitting me right now, Glenn?
So good.
You are banned from this channel for life. I'm just banned. Yeah, no.
Well, you have to check it out before Disney comes out with X-Men 93. The new series.
Yes.
So they're bringing back the old series and going on.
It is on their Disney Plus to watch the whole thing. Also,
yeah. But the new series is coming out. Is it next year? Yeah.
Trev might know more about that. He's really into the Disney, what's happening in the comic related stuff. But the intro to the X-Men was super killer. Also, when they got to Mojo, holy crap, that was like one of my favorite things of all time. And I was like, oh yes. And I'm highly when they merged it with the Pizza Hut. I had the Pizza Hut, all 4 issues plastered all over my wall. The poster thing that you can put together. That was
that is the ring. The theme is the ringtone to my phone.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. No, Glenn, you would absolutely love it. I would say you would absolutely love it, Glenn.
Just book my tickets to the UK.
Nice. I don't care if he has hair. Okay. Yeah. All right. Whatever. He's a hot little dude. What do you want? Yes. He looks good in a wetsuit. No, that's the thing. It's the wetsuits is what where you have me at. Wait, Glenn, Phil, now I know you're lying. Yeah. It's Marcus. Oh, it's 97? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Nice. Actually, they had some really good X-Men 96, 97, like the weird little annual issues that were fun to read. So that'd be interesting to see what they do with that kind of era.
The miniseries that was just out with Jean Grey, that Louise
Bernard.
Simonson did
Yeah.
was really, really good. And those were all, I mean, technically they were all kind of like what if kind of issues. And it was looking at Jean Grey and kind of what would have happened if she made some different decisions. I thought that was a really, really good series.
Oh, it was really well done, and I liked Bernard did the art on that. And he
Yeah.
really, really nailed it out of the park with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Phil, you will like the ladies that are in it. They have some lovely ladies. And Rogue, I'm just saying.
Rogue was drawn very well.
Yes, she was done great. Dang. Poor Glenn. Poor Glenn. That's hilarious. Yes, watch it. Okay, all right. Oh, they released the images already? Oh, for the X-Men 97 toys. Nice. I was huge into the X-Men toys when they came out.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Yeah. You can't hate on that. I know. You can't hate on it. I am pro this, so go for it. Let me know how that works when you get to the UK there, Tate. Oh, okay. Okay. How far do you need to go to get to the X-Men Jim Lee part? Like, where you at in the Omnis? But honestly,
that's going to be a lot of reading.
It is a lot of reading. You could just watch the cartoons like now.
Yeah.
Then when you get to it, you'll be even more excited when you get to the Jim Lee stuff. Just saying.
I say treat yourself. Treat yourself.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And honestly, what are they, like 20 some minutes each? You could crush those in no time. I'm kind of pro violence, so I would want to watch this fight. Oh, good question. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. You could take a break and go watch a couple episodes, and then you're probably gonna binge the whole thing. Seriously, I don't even think it's that long. How many seasons did they do in the original too?
I don't think it was that many. I think it was like 3.
Yeah, probably 3 max. So yeah, you can crush that in like weekend for sure, easily. But yes, get on that, Waymate. Yeah, no, you could crush that, Glenn. That's something that's fun because I'm actually back in watching. I took a break from it for a while because I just crushed like so many. I binged a ton of stuff.
They actually had 5 series.
5 seasons.
5 seasons of X-Men.
Wow, that's shocking because whenever they got to Mojo, like it would be a weird thing on my TV, like where they would stop it and then they wouldn't come back to it. Then they would re-release the whole thing, and then you get to Mojo and they would stop it and go back. So we were kind of like, we didn't really get, I don't think, the last ending of that because they never really aired it. It was weird. Yeah, I just remember something weird happening with it. Yes, I like all that stuff. I'm big into that. Yes. It would just be a cuddle hug fest. Yeah. You guys
the one series that I really liked was Long Shot. And when they had Long Shot in there, that was I always liked him as a character. I'd like to see him come back.
That would be, nicely done would be good because I really like all those weird Mojo characters. I love Spiral. Spiral is good.
Yep.
Omega Red. Come on. We really use some Omega Red. Omega Red is sexy beast.
I was waiting to see him in I was really hoping that he was going to make an appearance, and he didn't, because there was rumors that he was going to be in the Black Widow movie when they went to the prison. And I was like, I really hope he's in the prison or something like that, but they never had him. So
that would have been fun if they did that. Just snippet, sneaky, peeky little, doodad, just something. Yeah.
Give me some hope. That's all. That's all I want is a little hope.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I would watch it, Glenn. Because I think when you get to it and you get to where you're reading it in the book, I think you'll like it even more.
Yeah.
You might even want to watch it a second time after that because that's how much I think you're going to like it. But get on that. You can crush that. No problem. Still. This is another good question from TM. What is your favorite Christmas. What was some of your favorite Christmas movies?
Well, you definitely can't go without saying A Christmas Story, because that's just hilarious. You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, absolutely.
Classics.
And then, you know, Elf has to be in there, because that is just hysterical. I mean, when you think about it, can Jon Favreau do anything bad? Can he do a bad movie? Because Marvel went to him and said, make us a movie, and he gave us Iron Man. They said, make a Star Wars series, and he gives us The Mandalorian. He said, I'm going to make a Christmas movie, and he gives us Elf. The guy has the Midas touch with movies, I think.
He's good. He's really good, you know, and when you watch him as a younger actor, I would have never thought he would have been able to, like, that was in him, but I like him more now it's like amazing. I love that.
As an actor, he's a bit of a goof, like when you look at him in some of the movies, but I mean, some actors make phenomenal directors and producers and stuff like that. So I really think he's done phenomenally well. So
Glenn has never seen A Christmas Story. Glenn. All right, Glenn.
They do it 24 hours a day.
Well, like he is in the UK, so that might be a thing. But Glenn is now on the movie watch list. We'll be watching this for Christmas. So
I would have to say that even in the UK, they're getting infected with that movie.
Gotta be. I mean, they already made technically 3 movies of that, but yeah. That is an excellent movie, and I can't wait to watch that again because I enjoyed that so much. I love that movie. Yeah. Oh, you can order the figures now? Okay.
Actually, if I have to say my favorite Christmas movie, it's not Christmas. It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off of Nakatomi Plaza. So
yes. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, my 2 movies that I watch on Christmas Eve are Gremlins and Die Hard.
There you go.
That's what I do every Christmas Eve. Also, I will be adding Violet Night now to that, but that's my go-to watch movies on Christmas Eve.
I do want to get they have the Advent calendar of Nakatomi Plaza that you can put Hans Gruber and he goes down, he falls down every day.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
That's amazing. I like that. Oh, I gotta look into that because that sounds awesome. Yes, Swingers. Yeah, yes, he did that. Yeah. I remember them in that. Yeah. Also, jeez, even Kev is gonna kick your ass through the TV for not watching Christmas Story.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's not a UK thing. Okay, that's all right. We'll get you into the US movies, Glenn. It's all right. You've seen Violent. Okay, as long as you've seen that, that's good because that's a violent good time. So yeah, you watched Gremlins last night.
Scrooged is good. That's an excellent.
That's a good one. I adore. Crap, what is her name? I can picture everything now, and I can hear her voice. But her name just died out of my head. The one that plays the little fairy Carol.
Yeah. Damn it. Hold on. I'll think of it. I know exactly who you're talking about.
What is her name? I love that lady. No, what is her name? Carol Kane. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, I adore her so much. And I adored her in The Princess Bride. She is delightful.
When he wants to staple the antlers to the mouse's head.
Yeah, I'm like, it's so heartless. What are you doing? He's like, no. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. Ooh, good question. Good question, Tate.
I mean, I've had a few people that have been stationed in Afghanistan and Iraq that reached out to me after they read the book. They thought that we conveyed it very well. You know, there is a scene or there's a page where it's a flashback, it's a firefight that again has a QR code that Carmen has video from that actual scene. So the one guy that emailed me or messaged me through Instagram said he read that, and he's like, it brought back a lot of memories for him, but he felt that we did it justice, we did it with respect. So I would say he may like the way that we conveyed it. I was in the military. I have the utmost respect for everybody that's in the military. So, I would never do anything that would disrespect or anything like that. So, the videos, depending on the type of combat and type of things that he saw, may be triggering, but again, that's I would leave that up to them to make the decision on looking at the video or not. So
okay, yeah. Oh, good. Let us know. Yeah, do let him know if he does read it, like what his reactions were to it. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you read it, throw a review up on Instagram and tag me on it, or have him reach out to me. I'm more than happy to. I'd love to hear what people think about it. So absolutely.
Please do that. And then yes, he says thanks. So you can get a couple of them from the Swolder Publishing. I love that. That's kills me. It's great.
Yeah, so Swolder Publishing has the A cover, which is the that's our with the trade dress. The B cover, which is the black and white of that cover, which it's such an amazing picture. I thought it was fantastic as black and white. Then the exclusive, which is the matte black and spot foil
that's so cool,
of the cover. And then Jaff Comics is my local LCS in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. They did a store exclusive, and it's this cover. So my buddy Tom Aresto, when I was saying in high school that he and I used to draw our own comics, he drew the Centurion. My wife colored it, and then I did the graphic design of the Ocean of Blood and everything else. So
that's so cool.
But that cover is all the covers are great, but
yes, the helmet cover is awesome, and very nice. And also here you can get the ones from here. This is where the exclusive are. They have like the signed ones. I believe they still have some slabs left, and then they have like raw copies and like unsigned of the books as well. So check them all out.
Yeah, if you head over to Swolder Publishing, has the books with the exception of the Jaff Comics. Jaff Comics has their exclusive and everything, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Definitely check it out, Chait, and definitely have any of your Army military buds give it a review and see what they say, because there's a lot, especially in the community, that are either veterans or know somebody that was one, because there's a lot of people that do like the Mission 22, like they do charity events and they do a lot of things throughout the year for veterans in this community. So that's really cool.
And one of the things I want to we're going to be the second issue that we're working on right now. Chase is finishing up and Elizabeth are finishing up projects. So we're a little bit behind on issue 2, but that'll be rolling out soon. There is, from Carmen getting shot in his book, he talks a lot about the PTSD and things like that. So, there is going to be some things that I want to put in the book, resources and, just to let people know that you're not alone. I mean, the veterans committing suicide is a huge problem. And, I want to make sure that, it's certainly conveyed in this book that, if you need help, reach out. If you need somebody to talk to, reach out to somebody. There's no reason for that, and I feel it's a huge disservice from our country that people that were in those situations, those high combat situations that dealt with those things, don't get the care that they need. So
big time. And shout out to Bronze, because he just had a very successful Mission 22 auction. I think you raised, the last time I looked, over $6,000 for them. So yeah,
oh wow,
super
that's
props.
awesome.
Super props to Bronze for doing all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, super hearts. Mastodon wanted to know, are you from Pennsylvania?
Yep. Originally, I grew up in Pittsburgh area, but now I live on the other side of the state. So, yeah.
I used to roll through Pittsburgh all the time because that was the main stop when we were taking the Amtrak to DC station. So we would like lay over for like 3 hours there.
Yeah,
I loved the city. The city was beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, I grew up there. I bleed black and gold, so I'm all Pittsburgh, all Pittsburgh team. So yeah.
Kevin and I are diehard Lions fans. Home team.
I lived in Lake Orion, Michigan for a year.
Oh, nice. We know where that's at.
Yeah, my father got transferred up to there, and I thought it was. I was upset because I was right in. I think I was in junior high school, and I had to leave, and I had to, it was in the middle of football season. I was, I was just unhappy. So I did not enjoy my time in Michigan.
Oh no. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you did not leave with the absolute migraines that Kevin and I are having right now. Yes. Yeah. Go Seahawks. Glenn, shut up. Oh, there you go. Cool.
Okay.
Nice. They do have a lot of cool cons in Pittsburgh. It's a really good anime convention that happens there.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. My daughter's a senior in high school this year, so I'm waiting to see what like graduation and everything, but I think I'm going to be able to go to the Pittsburgh Comic-Con. So I'm kind of planning on that. There's some interest, they want me to talk about, sort of the interactive element that we put in the book. So, hopefully we get some interest on that. So yeah.
That'll be a fun panel if you do that. Would that be your first con that you've done since the book, or you've done several?
Well, we've done New York Comic-Con. That's where we released the book this year. So it was pretty cool. We got to have Bird City Comics let us use, they invited us to their table for a couple days. We had a couple hours at their table, and then CBCS had us at their table. And that was a lot of fun, being at the CBCS booth. So
yeah, Bird City's some good peeps. They're familiar in the community. They're really nice. I like Laura.
They were super cool, and we, Anthony was awesome. We had a good time while we were there. So
yeah, that's awesome. Are there any like cons that you want to go to that are maybe further around or outside the country?
I mean, I would love to do San Diego. I mean, that's the granddaddy of them all. Yeah. So depending on, how things go, I'd love to do that. I was talking, I did a podcast with a guy in Italy. So I would love to go to Rome to do, and do some interviews in Rome, as I could do it as research,
awesome. I know Lake Como is starting to do their artist, announcing their artists or applications or whatever right now.
Yeah, that would be super cool. So, I mean, I would love to go there. Thank you very much for ordering. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Tate. Thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, definitely let me know how you like it. And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I mean, I think this year I'm gonna try to hit a few more cons.
Okay.
I know the guys here, you know, where we're at, we're close to over where they have like King Con and a few
Yeah.
others. So I'd like to try to hit a few more cons. My LCS, you know, he wants to team up and he's gonna pay for the booth and sponsor the booth. So if I can do a couple more
Ooh,
cons this
cool.
year, I think that'll be cool.
Very nice. So you can do a free comic book day type thing too. You can go to your LCS. Maybe.
Oh yeah. Every year. Yeah, we've been trying. I help my LCS and we try to get creators to come for signings
Nice.
for free comic book day. That's where we met Himkar, HS Tack for
Cool.
that did Hitomi. So we're probably going to be doing that again this year. We also sponsor and do a lot of work with Phillipsburg, New Jersey. The one teacher has a comics and anime club at the school. And each year, Phillipsburg, New Jersey high school, they have a Comic-Con that's there. And they get some really good artists. Like they've had last year, Walt and Louise Simonson were there. They've had Lee Weeks there. They've had,
so
you know,
nice.
Oh yeah. Simonson he is up there as one of my favorite artists. And he was just the coolest guy in the world. And I got him to sign my Thor. Was it 334, the first Battery Bill, and it's beat up because I've had that book since I pulled it off the rack. My stepmother threw away most of my comics when I left for the Navy, and there were 4 long boxes that I had hidden in my room. And when I came home for leave, I found out that she had thrown them away. So those 4 books came with me to my ship and did 2 tours in the Gulf and all kinds of stuff.
That's
and those
awesome.
have been with me forever. But I sent the book in and it got like a 3.4 grade because my LCS was like, "Do you want to get this cleaned and pressed?" I'm like, "No." As soon as Simonson signed it, just every wrinkle, every crease, everything I used to sit on aft lookout or on my gun mount watching, you know, when we were in the Gulf, I'd read that series, that storyline, and every crease, every wrinkle has a story to it to me. So I said, I just wanted to protect it at that point. And I got another copy to read, but you know, that was pretty wild. So having it signed by Simonson, and then he drew a profile of Loki for me. I was like, this is gold. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. And I like that you didn't press it because it went on a journey with you and it tells you it's got the whole history and story. That's awesome. I like that you did that.
I told my kids there's a small list of books that are coming with me when I die, and that's one of them. That's one book that is definitely going in. It's coming with me.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I have my beloved beat up any of the Star comics from the 80s, the cartoon. Those are my go-to. Those are my babies. Those are my that's where, you know, my heart lies. They're so beat up too. Like,
oh wow. Yeah.
The most loved comics in my collection. My Beetlejuice #1 is falling apart, the cartoon book, and I love that book so much. Yeah, it's my favorite. It's so beat up. So
wow.
Awesome. Yeah,
that's cool.
I have a weird taste in books, but yeah, no, that's got to be a cool book though. Yeah, very cool. Ooh, yeah. You know, it's always sad when your parents throw your stuff away. Like either you like throw it out, or like they donate it. And you like, what happened to my stuff? And you think back on it now, it's like worth trillions of dollars now. And you're like, dang it.
Yeah. Not only did she throw that out, the other thing she threw away, I had the original Atari with all my games. So I mean, how much are those worth now?
Oh, harsh.
The original Nintendo, I had my Commodore 64. All that stuff was still, you know, all good, still sitting there. She pitched all of it. I was
that's a nut punch right there.
Yeah, that was just that's a difficult day. So
We need a comic about the adventures of the comic. That's cute. That would be cute, actually.
I could actually write one that would be hilarious about that, because that book has some stories.
That would be so cute. You could also add the QR codes in it to see like the journey at the end of what it looked like now.
Oh yeah.
The thing.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah.
It's awesome. Okay, this is the last question I have started. Travis wanted to know, why are you excited for the Rebel Moon?
Oh yes, I thought the trailer is fantastic. I can't wait to see that. And I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I some of Zack Snyder's movies are fantastic. I mean, 300. Come on, let's say that is a fantastic movie.
It's so cinematic.
Yeah, I mean it is so well done in relation to the way the book was made. You know, the way that Frank Miller had drawn that series, it fit perfectly. So, you know, when you watch the trailer for Rebel Moon, I mean, I kind of got that same, you know, excitement in there that, you know, from when I first saw 300. I mean, I think it looks different. It looks pretty cool. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of movies that are coming out, but I'm like also like 3 years behind on movies. Yeah. So maybe during the holiday break, I will binge a ton of stuff because I need to binge some stuff.
That one and Dune 2. I can't wait for the second Dune, because Denis Villeneuve did a phenomenal job with the first one. So that was so much closer to the novel than the really bad 80s movie. Well, you know what? It was so bad, it was really good. I think, you know, Sting.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have the lead singer to the Police out there, you know, screaming and yelling, I think that was awesome.
I really wanted that Jodorowsky movie done. The documentary is fantastic. That would have been just a killer movie.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. Yeah, not millions of dollars, but a nice chunk, but also priceless artifacts to a collector. Can't get rid of this.
I had some early X-Men and everything that got tossed, so I'm
not. That's soul crushing right there. Soul crushing. Yeah. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Let's see what this is saying. Listen. My mom has given me crap my entire life for collecting anything that is in this room. She hates everything that walks through my doors. She has threatened on many occasions to throw out my action figure collection.
I'm 54 and I get the same. So,
well, you do not look 54. You're my age.
just had my birthday on the 1st, so yeah.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Give you some round of applause. Oh.
There you go.
Also, to the people in the chat, whoever won my giveaway for Martin's book, I mailed all your books out today, so look forward to that. It should be getting to you by next Wednesday. Hopefully. Who knows? It is weird postal times right now. Holiday. But yes. Oh, man, I almost sneezed.
Gesundheit.
Take it. Well, that woke me up. Nice. Year of the tiger. I am the year of the rooster that they so properly renamed. Yeah. So when you get issue 2 done, will you be doing Kickstarter for it, or are you just going to be going to publish it?
Well, we do the Kickstarter through Swolder Publishing. So Reggie, you know, that's Reggie Simmons's his publishing company is Swolder. So we have Isolation, which is Doug Bratton's book. And then we have my book. So, you know, there's packages and everything that he puts up on there. He didn't do Kickstarter because, you know, there's a lot of different things with Kickstarter. So it's a lot easier for him just to, you know, put it on there. And we've had a great deal of success. There's a lot of different things that we offer with the books. I think there were packages that we had, Carmen's book, which is,
oh yeah, the the novel for it.
Yeah, it's called Blindsided by the Taliban.
Okay.
So this is Carmen's book, and basically, you know, we had packages where he signed the book, and then at Comic-Con, and then, you know, we made those available as part of the package. So there's also packages that have some of the original artwork from Chase that's available, and some other stuff. So, you know, I think you know, there's a lot of different, and then Reggie has some, you know, mystery packages that he puts together, and he always puts together some pretty quality stuff. So
that's cool. I like that. I like that. That's very interactive, especially with the other titles that you guys have going on. That's nice. And I like that you're including his book too. So that's cool. Actually, if you want, I can link. You said it's on Amazon as well for the book, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I can send you
I'll link it down below. Yeah, I'll link it when we're done. I'll put it
yeah, I can send you that. That's not a problem.
No problem. Yeah, I'll easily do that. But yeah. So Tate, if you also want to check that out too, it's the novel that goes along with the comic. It kind of like interacts with each other.
Yeah, the main character, like I said, I mean, I'm very grateful that he allowed me to share his story. You know, that he allowed me to use him in this comic. So, you know, I certainly owe him, you know, a great deal of gratitude there. So
he's gonna be happy to be home.
And if you want to, he has a very dark sense of humor. So when you read the book, it's kind of funny because, you know, a couple people, my mother said, you know, your comic it's very good stories. She said, but there's a little bit of salty language in there. And I was like, well, there's 3 bad words, maybe, you know, if you look at it. And meanwhile, Carmen's laughing. He's like, yeah, there's the F word like every other in my novel. So because it's a complete difference because it's not that at all. So
oh, your mom doesn't get it, but likes your live streams. Well, that's adorable, Phil. You do have a lovely show. He puts on a game show, which is amazing. And sometimes when they ask you questions, like, you know the answer, but your brain gets stumped because you're just like, huh, what? Yeah, it's one of those. And you're also one of the funniest people I have met. I see Phil nominated for funniest content creator next year. Let's go.
There we go.
Yes. Yeah, very nice. But yeah, so Tate's gonna be looking at his book now. Nice. Very cool, Tate. A lot of my family was in the military, and unfortunately, when my uncle came back, he didn't make it long after that because he couldn't handle the things that he did in Nam. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, my father and my uncle both served in Vietnam, and it's
harsh.
That wasn't an easy run. So
no, it was not. Also, very true. Very true.
Yes, that's
and yes. Yes, I was working hard on the My Pets Roscoe last night, so I'm hoping to get that out sometime next week for you. Just gotta let some paint dry as well. So excited about that. But we hit an hour and a half. Whoa, okay. Just realized that. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna last that long. my head migraine finally calmed down. So yes, that's good. Yes. Oh, nice. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thanks, Tate. Well, yeah, thank you very much for having me on and allowing me to talk a bit about the book, and hope everybody checks it out. You know, and like I said, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram, reach out, tell me how you like it, and, you know, or put a review up and tag me on it so we can get some more people interested in it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. Thanks to everybody stopping by, and thanks for Tate for purchasing your covers of the issue 1. So that was awesome, Tate.
Absolutely.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, if you want to come back for issue 2, I can definitely have you back on for that, because I do like I have this show, and then I do like a campaign, like Kickstarter type promotion thing. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing. You just
Sure.
some books, but yeah,
Yeah.
anytime you want to do that. Yeah.
Hopefully the next couple weeks we'll hear, you know, I'll start getting timeline for as soon as I have timeline for issue 2, you know, I'll definitely let you know, and
Oh,
you know,
perfect.
crank it
Nice.
out. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome. And I will hopefully grab a copy of issue 1 myself, so I can go and I'll put up and show you guys. And
Yeah,
so
definitely get it over to you.
Yeah. That'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks for everybody stopping by. And you guys are awesome. I think Biggie Shack is on right now. We got Low Grades later, and The Hunt will be on tonight. So go watch all those kick-ass shows. And we're gonna get out of here because I want to go get some food.
Yes.
Maybe take a nap. I'm feeling quite old, but yeah, thank you so much, Scott. Here, let me make it unweird for a second. There we go. Oh,
thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Wait, yeah. Oh no, now my head feels humongous now. It's such a weird feeling. Oh, before we go, do you have any upcoming appearances or things you would like to promote before we leave?
Right now, no. I mean, we'll probably be doing something over at Jaff Comics, so check out the Jaff Comics site. You know, that'll probably be the next one. Like I said, the Free Comic Book Day, you know, we'll be doing something there. Phillipsburg Comic Con is the weekend after Free Comic Book Day, so you know, definitely take a look at those. If you check out Jaff, you'll see it, and just check me out on Instagram. I'll post things as they come up.
Okay. And there's a link to the page for the actual exclusives for this book, because otherwise it would just take you to the page. But when you're there, you can go and click on all the events and stuff. But oh yes, that's right. The Last Drive-In Christmas special is on tonight. I gotta also watch that, so I can't wait to see that. So yeah, yes, go Joe Bob. yes, indie comics, y'all. Yes, exactly.
Support the little guy.
Yes, the poor little guy that had all this stuff thrown out. Oh, travesty. So sad. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go get some food and take a naps.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care.
Bye, guys.